Having been absent from the Czech Republic for a period of 13 years, Lionel Richie made his triumphant return to the O2 Arena in Prague on July 8, 2025. He performed a show that was a masterpiece of musical brilliance, charisma, and nostalgia. The icon, who is 76 years old and has had a career that spans over half a century, demonstrated that his timeless classics continue to resonate, bringing together a diverse crowd of fans. Some of these fans grew up with his Commodore's hits, while others discovered him through his solo work. Younger listeners were drawn to him because of his enduring influence. Richie's ability to transcend generations was demonstrated by the fact that his show was completely sold out thanks to his ability to blend soul, pop, and country music into a universal language of love and celebration. The arena was packed with fans, a mixture of Czech citizens and tourists from other countries, all of whom were holding tickets that they had been waiting for more than a decade to redeem. The anticipation was palpable. With a large LED screen that flashed iconic imagery from Richie's career, the stage was set with a sleek and modern design that was both minimal and vibrant. At 8:30 o'clock in the evening, the lights were turned down, and a roar erupted. The opening chords of Running with the Night ignited the night atmosphere. Richie, who was dressed impeccably in a tailored black suit and a crisp white shirt, strutted onto the stage with the vitality of a man half his age, his signature smile lighting up the venue. "Greetings in the evening, Prague. It's been far too much time." The call came from Richie, whose tone was friendly and inviting. From that very moment on, he had them in the palm of his hand. The crowd responded with cheers that were so loud that they were deafening. There was a healthy mix of high-energy anthems and tender ballads on the setlist, which was a carefully curated journey through his record collection. A sea of swaying hands and phone lights were prompted by the smooth groove of Easy, a classic song by the Commodores, which was played early on in the performances. Richie's vocals, which were beautifully preserved, were the source of the song's soulful weight, and his band, which consisted of a tight ensemble of horns, percussion, and backing vocalists, added depth to the song. Among the highlights of the evening was Richie's ballad Hello, which was released in 1984 and continues to be one of his most recognizable songs. His fingers were moving gracefully across the keys of a grand piano as he sat at the piano, and the audience fell into a respectful silence. Every single word was sung by the crowd, and their voices blended together to create a collective anthem. During the middle of the song, Richie looked visibly moved and made a witty remark, saying, "You all know my songs better than I do." This moment was a reminder of the power that music has to connect people who are not familiar with each other, regardless of time or location. Richie's showmanship was on full display during the performance of Dancing on the Ceiling, in which he urged the audience to get up and move. The arena was transformed into a massive dance floor as thousands of people complied. The LED screen had psychedelic visuals flashing on it, and confetti was falling from the sky, which amplified the atmosphere of the party. Even the upper tiers, which are typically reserved for spectators who are seated, had people standing up as well. In the front row, there was a group of Czech fans who waved a banner that read, "We love you, Lionel." Richie acknowledged the expression with a wave that was full of emotion. Richie would intersperse his songs with anecdotes that brought out his signature charm. "I promised I'd be back sooner, but I got lost on the way." He joked as he reflected on his most recent trip to Prague, which consisted of a visit in 2012. In addition, he lauded the attractiveness of the city by relating an experience he had earlier that day when he was strolling through Old Town Square. He was able to further endear himself to the audience, who hum on his every word as a result of these personal touches. His dedication of 3 times a lady to all the lovers in the room was a moment that left a profound impression on the audience. The song's emotional resonance was highlighted by the fact that couples were seen holding hands. Rather, it had a sense of being contemporary and pertinent. Richie's band, which included Ben Morrow, who had been a guitarist for a long time, gave classic songs like All Night Long a modern twist by playing extended solos and improvisations that kept the energy at a high level. A surprising medley of Commodore's hits, including Brick House and Fancy Like, had younger fans grooving alongside their parents, demonstrating Richie's ability to appeal to people of more than one generation. From the most delicate falsetto to the most powerful bassline, every single note was crystal clear thanks to the impeccable sound engineering that was used in the production. The production values were of the highest grade. Richie also demonstrated his talent for his ability to interact with the audience. He invited his audience members to sing the chorus of Say You, Say Me, and he conducted their voices in a playful manner, as if they were a choir. While he was roaming the stage's edge, a select few people in the front rows were able to receive high fives and handshakes. Clara, a fan from the Czech Republic, was invited to join the band on stage for a brief dance performance during the song Stuck on You. The crowd's giddy excitement was mirrored by her own, and Richie's gentlemanly charm made the moment one that will not soon be forgotten. Richie gave a triumphant performance of We Are the World, the charity single that he and Michael Jackson had written together in 1985. The performance took place as the night was drawing to a close. The crowd joined in, their voices growing louder and more united as they sang. On the screen, images of famous landmarks from around the world, such as the Charles Bridge in Prague, flashed, thereby connecting the message of the song to the context of the local area. It was a potent reminder of Richie's legacy, which extended beyond the singles that topped the charts. It was a legacy of humanity and hope. A repeat performance was unavoidable. A brief absence was followed by Richie's return for the song Endless Love, which was played as a solo piano ballad rather than as a duet version. His vocal nuance was brought out by the arrangement, which was completely stripped down, and the silence of the audience spoke volumes. An encore performance of All Night Long brought the evening to a close, and the infectious rhythm of the song sent the audience into a final frenzy. During the final bow that Richie took, he blew kisses and yelled out, "Prague, you will always be in my heart." As they exited the arena, the audiences were filled with elation. A Czech couple named Jana and Peter, who were in their 50s at the time, shared that they had been to Richie's show in Prague in 1987, and that they thought this one was even better. Richie's live performances were introduced to a group of 20-somethings who were awestruck by his boundless energy. There was a surge of posts on social media that were tagged with the name Lionel Richie Prague. Fans shared videos of songs such as Hello and Dancing on the Ceiling. The concert was praised by various local media outlets, including Česká Televize, as a triumphant return. The performance that Richie gave in Prague was more than just a concert. It was a celebration of the lifelong power that music possesses. Having been around for 13 years, he not only lived up to but also surpassed expectations, demonstrating that classics are timeless. Lionel Richie's magic is timeless, and the Czech Republic will not wait another decade to welcome him back. This became abundantly clear as fans spilled out onto the streets of Prague, singing All Night Long under the moonlight.